Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We're starting Tafseer of Surah Al-Buruuj. Inshallah, we start from Bismillah. As we always do, we link Bismillah with the Surah itself. So, in the name of Allah, Bismillah, to whom belong the kingdom, the owner of the throne, the ever glorious. Ar-Rahman, the entirely merciful. He has promised with all the promise for the promised day, for the Qiyamah, which has been mentioned in Torah, which has been mentioned under Suhuf that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. The especially merciful Ar-Rahim, He will take revenge for His pious servants from Ashabul Ukhdud. Ayah number 1, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ, by the sky containing Buruj. Before we talk about what Buruj is, the ulama talks about the functions of oath, of witnesses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses in the Quran. One is to talk about the magnitude, the greatness of something, then oath or witness comes along. Then, or to say or to show anger, okay, then oath. And lastly, or another one is that to prove, to affirm something, then qasam is used, or is linked to the context of the surah itself. Okay, so this happens, or multiple of these meanings can apply at the same time. So this is with regards to the oath that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions. And in here, what we can do is, one is we can link it to the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on these criminals, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings these as evidences, that look at all these things. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has organized, okay, has put these processes in place, you will not be able to escape the grasp of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this is one way we can link. We can link it to the magnitude and greatness of that as well. Not what are you in comparison to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala power and capabilities, okay, and then you trying to cause some sort of damage, some sort of oppression to the people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are going wrong ways. Yeah, it's like someone who, yeah, the ulama gives example of this as well, yeah, is that someone is pointing a gun at your head behind you, your enemy, and you're still showing off, you're still showing anger, you're still backbiting and slandering the one who is putting the gun at your head. Okay, how stupid is this, yeah, of a person who thinks that way. So how foolish of this human being who stands against Allah, stands against the people who they worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this is a scary situation. Or to prove, to affirm, yeah, this happens, okay, that indeed, like how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has managed all those things, He will manage what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the surah. So this is another one. And to link it with the surah, then all those things that we mentioned was already the linking it with the surah. So this was just my own thoughts with regards to that. So if you want to take it good, if you want to do your own pondering over, then please do so, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders us to ponder over the Quran. Okay, of course within the boundaries of Sharia. The ulama mentioned, now coming to the word Buruj, yeah, the ulama mentions in various tafsir that is talking about these 12 different sections of the Quran, of the sky and so on, which is of course wrong, yeah, for various reasons. Of them is that they say the sky is split to 12 different sections, and each of them have their own things going on and something like that. They have some strange way of understanding, and somehow try to explain it as well. I try to look at that and it's like too much, yeah. So that's all wrong. It doesn't have anything to be, it goes against, there is no mention in the Quran with regards to being 12 different sections. Okay, there is nothing in the proper authentic sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioning that. Okay, this is more of like these people who worship the stars, and those people Majus and these Ajam, okay, of the Farsis people, yeah, this is their kind of belief, yeah. And some even believe like, we have this astrology nowadays, yeah, these people who believe in they have these sects, or even the newspapers we have, if you were born in this month, okay, this is your sign, this is your symbol, okay, and they have these 12 different things as well, which is again nothing to do with Islam. And anyone who believes in that astrology, they have that belief that this thing will definitely happen to them, or they read that and then they have some sort of inclination toward that, they are a criminal inside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They need to repent, they need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So basically nothing to do with the 12 buruj that people mention in the Tafseer, or you may ever hear. This is nothing to do with that. This is not what it is. Now let's understand linguistically what it means. Mawlana Sindi rahimahullah, he mentions this in his tafsir that I was reading. Maqam Mahmud or something like that. One of his students recorded that from him or something, but it is his opinion, where he mentions that buruj, this means that something become apparent, okay, like it comes in the Quran as well. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَا تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى, and do not display your beauty as it was previously displayed, yeah, talking to the women folk. So this is you becoming apparent. Okay, so the Shaykh says all stars appears. So the meaning of this ayah is, in Urdu he says, Sitaro bare asma ki qasam. Okay, so by the sky filled with stars. So this is what it is. Okay, and he links this with the Shan Nuzuli of the surah as well, yeah, that the people who tortured could have been the worshipper of the stars, like we mentioned, yeah, these astral cults that we have, the astrology people, yeah. So it is not important that all of the people were, yeah, like nowadays there are people in Muslims, okay, who believe in these things. That's why we have in the newspapers, that's why we have separate websites for it, and we have Muslims guys that known as Muslims, they're not Muslims if they believe in these things, okay, because this is going against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they're known as Muslims, yeah. So similarly, even if they were Yahud, even if they were Nasara, okay, on the right path at the time, they had these types of people who believed in those things. That's why they were torturing the Muslims. That's why they were torturing those people who believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes oath, okay, that the one who created all these stars, the one who manages everything in the sky, the one you worship, yeah, they are under the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have no power capacity whatsoever. Just imagine what you gonna do with Allah. You chance no stand. You stand no chance. I had change it around as well. You stand no chance against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do not take arms against Allah. Become humble. Okay, repent. Okay, like as it comes in the ayah later on, we will discuss that. And another understanding of Buruj is these forts. Like we have Burj Khalifa, yeah? They have got the tower of Khalifa, that is one of the countries, I think Dubai or somewhere. Okay, so similarly, the ulama say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made forts of either the stars, or there are forts like the stars itself, the big stars, the malaika are there. When the qiyamah comes in, they will leave those forts and they will go to the duties that have been assigned to them. So basically, okay, what's happening is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by this oath, what we learn is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has looked after the sky with buruj. Okay, similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has maintained and protected this dunya. You are under control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether from above or underneath. These leaders, okay, being inhibited, or these people, these leaders, yeah, for example, what is forts? Even in our own culture, yeah, the culture that I am from, is there called hujra, yeah, or the ujra in Pashto, yeah, or in Urdu, hujra, yeah, they call it. I don't know what they call it, but you have this room where your guest comes in, or your people are sitting there in that. The one who has bigger one in our society, where many people sits in there, they have pride. They have pride on that. MashaAllah, my hujra is always full, and there's so many guests in there, and things like that. Yeah, they are prideful of that. Like, I have too many people behind me. Yeah, I'm something. Similarly, these criminals of Quraysh, they had these fortresses really, yeah, and they were prideful of who they were. Okay, so many people looked after them and so on. Yeah, that do not become prideful. Do not think that you are something because of this tiny, we call it this acceptance that you have in the society. Do not become so full of ego with these tiny fortresses that you have. Look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has. So basically, this is a reminder to the ego. A person who has ego, the one who has pride, to leave that. So do not become deluded of what you have. Do not think that the one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all powerful, whose frail servants that you have let loose your oppression against, okay, do not think that He is, na'udhu billah, weak or powerless. Know that He is the one who has the sky containing all these fortresses. Okay, so this is amazing the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even talk about their mentality. Just to summarize this ayah quickly, you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs in this ayah is that you, O criminals who are prideful of whatever you have, okay, do not think that you are some mighty shots, yeah, you are some big guns. You don't have anything in comparison to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed, your oppression being allowed, okay, you have the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasn't come on you straight away as soon as you touch one of the believer of Allah, okay, the one who worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Yeah, before you try to harm them, the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not come on you. This is also from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has allowed this to happen. Okay, it is not because you have some sort of capacity, it is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed this. Okay, with this you are digging a bigger hole for yourself. With this, these believers are going higher to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the owners of Allah. They are earning honors, you are earning the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of that. And we did mention, yeah, أَمْ حَسِبَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ أَن يَسْبِقُونَ سَاءَ مَا يَحْكُمُونَ. Okay, Surah Ankabut, yeah, which is similar or in the context. Okay, at the beginning it talks about that one who says La ilaha illallah, one enters Islam, they shouldn't expect that it's going to be a smooth ride. There will be difficulties and issues like that will come along. Yeah, but in here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs the criminals, أَمْ حَسِبَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ أَن يَسْبِقُونَ سَاءَ مَا يَحْكُمُونَ. Or do those people who do evil deeds think they can overturn us? They can escape Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Evil is what they judge. Take heed, O criminals. Like Imam Sindi rahimahullah, he mentions the stars which has witnessed other people, other nations, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destroyed. They're going to be the same, which going to witness your humiliation, which going to witness your being humbled. Ayah number 2, وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ, and the promised day. Okay, talking about the day of judgment. Why is it called the promised day? Is because since the beginning, this day has been promised that this Qiyamah will come. It has been mentioned in other books. Yahud knows about it, Nasara knows about it, and the nations before, all of them knew about it. And these criminals, okay, whom this day has been reminded again and again, they do not really believe in Qiyamah. That's why this is their situation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking an oath that this is a promised day. What was their situation when this was mentioned to them previously in other surahs that we have done, say from Surah Naba, yeah? And there, this is where we learn that they were mocking the Qiyamah, they were mocking Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, taking the right of the people, okay, killing unjustly and so on, causing losses, okay, social evil, all sorts of filth was in this society because they did not believe in Qiyamah. Should they have believed in the Qiyamah, this would not have been their situation. Now, just to link it with the previous ayah we just did, in there we learn that the stars, okay, is witness over the destruction of other criminals in this world. Okay, the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come on you in dunya, okay, but do not think that this punishment will end here. like these people believe, yeah, that when you die, that's it, that's the end of the story. It's not. وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ, Qiyamah is coming as well. So your punishment is never ending. It will continue if you continue in this transgression. So all criminals who did the fitna, who were part of the fitna, be fully aware of this day. It will most certainly come. And the people of fitna, those who were reason for the fitna, those who failed when the fitna came on them, okay, you will be given its consequences. And those who were put in the fitna and they passed with flying colors, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them their reward. Tafseer Sa'di, he mentions that with regards to this ayah, he says, namely the day of resurrection, on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised to gather all creatures, bringing together the first and the last, near and far. It cannot be changed, for Allah does not break His promise. So this is a reality. Whether you work for that day or you work against yourself for the consequences on that day. Either way, you are going there. There is no escape from that. Ayah number 3. وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ, and by the witness and what is witnessed. The meaning of it is pretty clear. Okay, what is witness? For example, I see an accident, okay, with my own eyes, okay, and then in the court I will say that this is what I saw, this is what I saw, this is what it was. So I am witness of something. The accident that I saw is something that I witnessed. Okay, so this is basically simple meaning and we would all understand. However, the ulama talks about this in greater details, and they say what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about this, and they give lots of various opinions, and all are legit in its own places. Okay, let's do some of them. I was just looking at the notes that I have, and there are so many, and they would not make sense really. So the one I have mentioned, okay, the witnesses, and the one which I have been witnessed, okay, I'll crop this out, but just what we can do is just take one or two, yeah, easy one inshallah for us to understand, and then you can go through the Quran, you'll be able to find so many. Or if you really want to go more deep and find out some of the opinions, go to Fakhruddin al-Razi, where he mentions under this ayah, there's so many. One is that you see everything that we go through, everything that witnesses us in this dunya, whether it's our own body parts, they will be witness against us. Okay, وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ مَا شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. Okay, things will witness against us on day of judgment. So those things, whether they are body parts or anything else, they are witnesses against us. We are being witnessed. Okay, this is going to happen on day of judgment. Also, in وَالْمُطَفِّفِينَ هَلْ سُوِّبَ الْكُفَّارُ مَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ, in there, okay, these criminals are being witnessed, okay, by those people whom were witnessed, like in here, وَمَا نَقَمُوا مِنْهُمْ إِلَّا يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَمِيدِ, or like it comes, وَهُمْ عَلَى مَا يَفْعَلُونَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ شُهُودٌ. Okay, these criminals, okay, they are watching, okay, without any problems, they being getting tortured in this dunya, getting burnt in all sorts of ways, yeah. These criminals will be witnessed on day of judgment by those people who were witnessed in this dunya for being Muslims. This was a bit complicated. Okay, so these people, criminals who were burning the Muslims in this dunya, so they were the one who were witnessing, and they were witnessed. Okay, the believers in this dunya. In Akhirah, 180-degree change. The criminals will be punished, okay, and the believers will become witness, and they will be witnessed. So and by the witness and what is witnessed, Allah will punish them. Allah will take hold of them in this dunya. Okay, we have seen so many criminals. Okay, we have seen so many tyrants. We have seen so many big shots that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala humiliated them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took them. Okay, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shook them. Okay, this was the situation that we have seen so many times in this with our own eyes. Okay, just I won't give examples, but you just think about whether It is talking about as a countries, talking about as nations, talking about as certain types of groups, talking about certain types of individuals, okay, in whether they are from political, whether they are from sports, whether they are from whatever, where they have showed being tyrant, whether they have shown pride, whether they have shown that they are something huge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have humbled them down. We have seen so many with our own eyes. So do not think that you are untouchable. Do not think that your success is unsinkable. Do not think that you are something mighty, that your downfall will never come. Fear Allah. Turn back to Allah, the one who created you, the one who designed you, the one who gave you all these successes, the one who gave you all this bravery, the one who gave you all this wealth. Whatever you have is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So humble yourself to Him before you are forced humbled, which is going to be a problem for you in this dunya and definitely in akhirah. Jazakallah khair for listening. Inshallah we'll stop here and then we take it on from ayah 4. May Allah protect us. May Allah bring us back to Quran. May Allah make us those people from whom He is pleased, whom He protects, whom He honors in this dunya and in akhirah. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات وذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.